A couple really important points. First of all, it took me till I was 38 years old to find Standing Cloud and Rick Two Dogs and Albert Whitehat and these different people who changed my life. I was a wreck before that. Like I was just living in both worlds and just disconnected. So I do think that's my wish for this, is that all of those people who know at some level that they're suffering can actually find the type of what Four Arrows calls the Indigenous or kinship worldview and find other people, find the community, because they're sitting in some suburban basement and they're not one of the internet trolls. So I do think that there's a possibility of this, of actually doing real good. I also want to talk about what you mentioned in terms of human in the loop, which I think gets to the core of this. There was this big dust up between Anthropic, which makes Claude, one type of engine, and the Department of War, which is horrific that they're calling it that again. I guess it's at least more accurate, because Anthropic didn't want their tool Claude to be used for weaponry where there was no human in the loop, that just fully autonomous weapons. They also didn't want it for mass surveillance of Americans. That seems to me like it's a red line, but the DOE wouldn't even accept either of those, the Department of War. So they went with OpenAI, who is giving them technology to do that. So I was thinking about that and this idea of human in the loop. And the problem is humans, I won't say most, many humans, if they're in the loop, they're going to do the bad thing anyway. There are plenty of humans in Israel who are doing genocide on Palestinians. It's not that AI, it's the problem isn't AI. This is how I'm thinking about it. The problem is humans, right? So to the extent that we can, let's harness these new tools, what I call kinship intelligence and kinship agents, do everything we can to help nurture humans away from this colonial mindset into what Four Arrows calls the hegemonic or dominant worldview, into an indigenous worldview.